Okay. Welcome. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are starting a new unit. How exciting. Like I told you guys on Tuesday, first of all, Tuesday's activity was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun drawing. I had a lot of fun roasting some of you guys. I also had a lot of fun promoting some of you guys. Yeah. So I had a lot of fun. We should do that soon. I think I might want to do that again next week. I'm not sure. I don't know. I got something stuck in my teeth. Anyways, so thanks to you guys for showing up on Tuesday. Like I told you guys on Tuesday, today we're getting serious. We're getting back in the game, and today we're taking notes. Now, some of you guys freaking hate notes. You guys are like, oh, I hate Mrs. Escobar for making us do this today. But guys, with peace and love, and excuse my language right now, but I genuinely think this is the stupidest, easiest assignment to do in my class, okay? Because literally, all you have to do is just write down random facts that you learned while I'm talking. That's it. It's that easy. I'm not even asking you guys to look for answers. I'm not asking you guys to write down complete sentences. Your notes can literally be a few words, and hey, that counts as a note, right? Because it's literally just to kind of write down little words and triggers that will and words that will trigger your memory, like, oh yeah, that's what I learned that day, right? That's what I learned that day. So notes are really, really easy. Now, this has been a problem. I changed my mind a little bit. So I need you guys to pay attention, okay? And look at my screen. If I scroll down to this week at a glance, you guys will notice that right here it says, oh, whoa. Right here it says on Thursday, which is today, it says turn in notes. And then tomorrow, for Friday, it also says turn in notes, okay? But some of you guys already probably noticed, Mrs. Escobar, where do you want us to turn them in? If there's no place to turn them in, where are the modules at? Notice how right here usually says modules, but that's not there right now, guys. Here's why. Last time, Isabella's like, I hate notes with a very, very strong passion. Don't worry, Isabella. I promise today they will be easier for you, okay? Just pay attention. Okay, so last time I did several notes in a week. That made a lot of you guys get missing assignments instantly, okay? And that terrifies me because every single one of you, Jacob, Luis, Matthew, Pacey, Rebecca, Victoria, Brianna, Desiree, Diego, Joaquin, Juan, Valeria, all of you guys have an A in my class right now because there's no assignments. You guys all have an A. The moment you guys miss one missing assignment, bam, you guys fall to a 0, okay? An F, straight up. Okay. So I decided this morning, I'm like, yo, I don't want to do that to my kids. I don't want them to already worry about 2 assignments this week. So what I'm asking you guys to do is listen carefully. I want you guys to write down the notes that we're going to take together as a class today. Keep them. Do not lose them. I repeat, do not lose your notes from today. Treat them like they're your precious PS5. Do not lose them. Tomorrow, you will add more notes to your paper. And then tomorrow, so that we can all keep that A, all you got to do is take a picture on your camera of your notes and turn that in. Okay. And I'll teach you guys how to do that tomorrow if you guys already forgot how to do that. But I got you guys. Some of you guys would rather not write. You guys like typing more. It's okay right now. If you open up a Google Doc right now, go ahead if you like to type. Make sure that you keep your Google Doc with your notes from today because you're going to reopen that Google Doc tomorrow. And that's the Google document that you're going to turn in for tomorrow. Okay. So I know, one more time, I know that right here it says turn in notes today and turn in notes tomorrow. But because I don't want you guys to worry about 2 assignments, I'm going to not let anyone turn in anything today. And your notes that you're going to be writing down today will be included in tomorrow's notes that you will turn in. Does that make sense? Yes or no? Type yes or no in the chat, guys. Okay, I'm getting spammed with a bunch of yeses, and that makes me happy. Okay, one person said no, and I have no problem repeating myself one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want you guys to have 2 assignments to worry about. So today, what you're going to do is type, not type, well, yeah, you can type up your notes or write down your notes. Keep your notes today. And then tomorrow, you're going to add more notes to your notes. And then you're going to turn that in tomorrow. Okay. But you got to start taking your notes today. Okay. Okay. All right. Now let's begin, shall we? Oh my gosh. And again, I know some of you guys hate writing notes because honestly, it's not that you hate them. It's just that you really low-key don't know how to write notes. I got you. I will guide you through the notes today. Okay. So what I think is this is just what I do. You don't have to do this if you want to, because your notes are your notes. You could do whatever you want. But something I like to do is I like to title my notes like whatever we're learning that day. So I think you guys should write down, if you want, this is up to you, you know, where's my, here we go. Mesoamerica. Mesoamerica. I think that should be the title of your notes. If you guys want, if you want to just title it as today's date, that's fine. If you want to just title it week 31 notes, that's fine too. I don't care. I'm just letting you guys know that that's how I would title them. Okay. So I'm going to give you guys like a few more seconds to decide your title. Remember, don't lose them. Pretend like they're your precious PS5 that you still haven't gotten. And if you do have a PS5, I'm extremely jealous of you. I think I'm gonna have to buy a PS5 next year because there's no way I can afford one right now. They're still expensive. I thought that at this point the price would drop, but they're still expensive. Oh, my husband just texted me. Oh. He says he misses me. Cute. I'll see you tomorrow, dude. I mean today, not tomorrow. What the heck? All right. Okie dokie. Here we go. Let's go. You guys ready? You guys pumped? Because I'm pumped. Ooh. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been talking about this side of the world. And I hope you guys are all looking at my screen now with peace and love. Ladies and gentlemen, for the longest time, we have been learning about history in my class, and we've basically been focusing on this side of the world, right? We haven't really at all talked about this side of the world. And if you guys have been paying attention at all in the last 8 months of the school year, I have told you time and time and time again that these people on this side don't know that this side exists yet. And finally, we're going to be learning about, wow, my words are out today. We're going to be learning about what was happening here this whole time while the Roman Empire was happening, while the Crusades were happening, while the Black Death was happening, while Muhammad was introducing Islam to the world, while Genghis Khan was taking over China and the Mongolians and all that fun stuff. What's happening on this side of the world? Now, pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. Why didn't no one here know that this side exists up until now? Here's why. First of all, maybe this might be a note you might want to write down, okay? First of all, a lot of people thought until the scientific revolution, we talked about the scientific revolution, remember? A lot of people thought before that the world was flat. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? People still kind of think that the world is flat, okay? And hey, if you believe that the world is flat, that's totally up to you. So let's pretend that this is a flat surface right here. I'm kind of just drawing, and this was the world, and people just thought, hey, this is where you live in, right? Some people also thought that the world was a cube. I'm going to try to draw a cube, okay? This is my dumb cube. I apologize. And so people just thought that, hey, everyone, this entire area that we're looking at, right? Everyone just thought that, hey, everyone lives right here. But hey, be careful. Be careful, Brianna, Ricardo, Rebecca, Paisley. If you travel too far, you're going to fall. Okay, are you guys seeing my screen? They thought, hey, if you travel way too far into the ocean, you might just fall off the earth. And people don't come back to tell what happens beyond the edge of the earth, right? People legit thought, hey, I'm going to delete my little drawings now. People legit thought, clear all my drawings. Here we go. That, hey, if I travel way too far this way, I might just plop, fall off the earth, right? Same with people on this side. If I travel too far, plop, fall off the earth. And so because of these ideas, these myths, these stories, these legends, a lot of time people never even bothered, and they all just thought, this is just a huge ocean. Why should I keep going? It's just an ocean and more water and more water and more water. No one bothered to think that there might be land on this side, right? And now we know it as North and South America, where we live, right? And so it's crazy to think that the entire time these people are also in their old world, right? We're going to be talking about 4 types of people that live in America. The entire time that the rest of the world don't know that they exist, there's 4 types of people that live here. And maybe you should write this down. Number 1, I'm going to write them over where they used to live. The Native Americans. That's Native. And I'm going to put A and a period. A stands for Americans, okay? So in your notes, type Native or write Native Americans. That's the first group of people that are, or one of the group of people that are living in America, right? While the whole world is going into wars or dying, wars, and they're dying, or they're fighting each other, or they're trading, or they're whatever they're doing, you got Native Americans on this side, okay? On this side over here, right on over Mexico, we have the Aztecs. That's Aztecs. So go ahead and write that down. 1 second, guys. 1 second. I'm going to Sorry, guys, I'm back. Okay, so then the third people that we're going to be looking at are the Mayans. Mayans. These people, I kind of wrote them down here, but they're really over Guatemala, Salvador, Honduras, Belize. We'll talk about those. And then last but not least, the Incans. Sorry, guys, another teacher came into the class and I had to talk to them real quick. Incas. Am I spelling that right? Am I having a brain fire or am I spelling that right? I should be spelling that right because that's embarrassing if I spelled that wrong. Yeah, that's right. Incas. All right. You guys got that down? Type a smile, no, not a smiley face. Type my favorite number 7 in the chat if you have all 4 of these down or once you finish writing. All right. Oh, wow. You guys are fast. Maybe I'm talking too slow? Because you guys are spamming me. Okay, you guys are ready to go. Okay, sorry, guys. So these 4 groups of people lived in America. They also don't know that the other side of the world didn't exist. In fact, they low-key don't even care about the rest of the world. They're so, how do I say this? they're so involved, so loyal to their own tribe, to their own culture. They don't care about the rest of the world, right? In fact, all they really care about is these people. Sometimes these people would fight each other, sometimes these people would kill each other, and we'll get into all of that later, okay? But for right now, these people exist in America while the rest of the world is doing their own thing. I remember when Mrs. Escobar was in 7th grade, okay? I wasn't the best student myself. I was still learning English. My parents don't speak English. I'm the oldest sister, so I always had the hardest time in school. My brother and little sister, they're both a lot smarter than I am, but I wasn't because I always had to figure things out on my own. And so, a lot of the reasons why I didn't, care for school is because I didn't understand it, or I didn't even bother paying attention because sometimes our teachers were saying really big words. And I'm just like, I don't know what you're saying. But this day in 7th grade, in my history class, Mr. Turner was the name. I did not like this teacher at all. I like my 6th grade teacher, my 8th grade teacher, but not my 7th grade history teacher. He was really mean. He was really mean. But this day, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to pay attention. And he was teaching this exact lesson. The one I'm teaching you guys right now, he was teaching this exact lesson. And I remember this day very perfectly because I raised my hand, because I noticed I had a question in my head while I was looking at this. And I raised my hand. He's like, wow, Brenda has a question for the first time she's paying attention. And I was like, ugh, rolled my eyes. But whatever, I asked him. I asked him something that kind of threw him off guard. He didn't even know how to answer it. I asked him, Mr. Turner, how did the people get here? Right? Do you guys get what I mean? Like, look, these people and these people are split. You got a bunch of people here. It kind of makes sense why there's a bunch of people here. But if these people are separated from the world, how did they get there? Ships, ships weren't, up until this point, ships are being really cool. They're huge. They can travel for long periods of time. But this is a lot of miles to travel. I don't know. And remember I told you guys, a lot of people didn't really think you should travel too far into the oceans because you might fall off, right? You might fall off. So I asked him this. I'm like, Mr. Turner, how did the people in America get here anyways? Because they're separated from the rest of the world. There's one half, there's one side, and then there's the other side. And he was like, let me check in my notes. And I caught him off guard. He's like, wow, Brenda, that's actually a good question. And he had to figure it out right there. But guess what, guys? I got you. I have this answer right for you guys. Okay. I'm more prepared than he was. Shout out to Mr. Turner. I don't know where he's at in the world, but yeah. The reason, and this might be a good note you might want to throw in there. The reason that there's human population here, okay, is, type yes or no in the chat if you've ever seen the movie Ice Age. Type yes or no in the chat if you've ever seen the movie Ice Age, right? With Sid, the little ugly guy. You got the mammoth, right? I'm getting a bunch of yeses in the chat, and that's awesome because you guys know exactly what movie I'm talking about. In that movie, right, the whole world is kind of, it's an ice age, right? It's an age in our Earth's history where everything is frozen. So when the world had the ice age, that was something that actually existed, and there was these huge mammoths and these huge tigers and everything was around. All of this in green, guys, was kind of white because everything was frozen. Because everything was frozen, pay attention to the globe right here. This is America. This is Russia. This is the closest point we have to each other today. But if you notice, it's not even connected. There's a whole, it doesn't seem that long, but there's a split right here. But, ladies and gentlemen, during the Ice Age, around when the first humans were around, everything was frozen, meaning all of this was frozen, and there was an ice bridge that connected these two lands. So in the movie, especially in the first movie, you see that there's some humans around, right? With the little baby. You guys remember the little baby? Anyways, when those first humans are around, they're coming from Africa and they start spreading around the world. Some of those humans end up going into China going up where Russia is. They go up, 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 up. They travel that bridge, and guess where they end up? In America, baby. That's where they end up. But once everything starts melting, right? Now, once the world starts kind of looking like where like how it is today, right? And not everything is frozen now. This bridge right here melted. So I'm going to get my eraser. This bridge right here melts. So now these two people are separated. And because thousands and thousands of people, I mean, years have passed by, at this point, no one knows that there's a whole other type of land on the other side of the world. That is how people end up in America, right over here. Okay, and remember, I'm not talking about the United States. I'm talking about North and South America. Does that make sense? Yes or no? Okay, I'm getting a bunch of yeses. So I'm going to stop talking now, and I'm going to let you guys take notes. Right now, something you might want to say is people ended up in North and South America. You could write it your own way. I'm just giving you an idea. People ended up in North and South America by a bridge during the Ice Age. Okay. Or write it down however you remember. Okay, write it down. And then when you're done writing whatever you're going to write down right now in your notes, give me a hashtag so I know that you're done with your notes. Oh, wow. Some of you guys are quick. Okay. I see you, Isabella, Amy, and Jacob. But to everyone else, it's still not done writing. Don't panic. Keep writing. No pressure. And just like that, I'm a better history teacher than my 7th grade history teacher. I'm going to feel bad, though, if I'm talking smack and he's dead. I need to figure out if he's still alive. He was mean, though. Like, really mean. He was always, like, not in the mood to teach. Okay, I'm getting a lot more hashtags. I'm going to wait for 3 more hashtags, and then we'll continue. Reese says, every time I think of Ice Age, I think of the child. Same. That's such a good movie. Have you guys seen the other Ice Ages? I should probably stop talking. You guys should focus. I don't want to distract you guys. I want to see Ice Age now. That should be our homework. Let's just watch Ice Age tonight. Oh, wow. Okay, I just got spammed by Adam. Okay. Alrighty, guys. I'll keep teaching. Now, let's talk, right? So, a lot of people have a hard time when they're starting to learn about this. They're like, how do we separate the two, right? There's this side of the world and there's this side of the world, right? Where are all these letters coming from? You see these letters? There it is. Okay. Here's how I separate them, because this is how they separate them in my college. Sometimes in the history books, they also separate the two so that you know what side of the earth you're talking about. This side of the earth, which is the side that we've been learning about since the beginning of the school year, right? When people from this side of the earth discovered America, you know what they called America? North and South America? They called it, I'm going to use the color red. Where's the color red? They called all of this land right here, they called it the New World, right? The New World. Maybe that's something you might want to write down right now. Why would they call it the New World? That was already there. That's been there since they were there. They call it the New World because they're like, well, we discovered this land. Obviously, it's new, which isn't like the smartest thing, because I'm just like, bro, they've been there. They've been there that entire time you were there. Y'all just didn't realize it yet. Okay. And guess what they called the land, Europe, Asia, and Africa? They called it the Old World. It's plain and simple. Okay. Genesis, but just because they found it, yep, just because they found it, they're like, this is a new world. No, bro, it was already there. But it kind of does help us kind of know what we're talking about. Are we talking about America or are we talking about Asia, Africa, and Europe, right? So this North and South America is known in the history books as the New World. And the Old World, let me turn the globe, would be considered if you guys remember your continents, right? Europe over here, Africa over here, and Asia over here, okay? That's the old world. And also you can throw in Australia in there. Australia's down here. Oh, where's my mouse? This is Australia right here, okay? So when I say the old world, just remember I'm talking about this side of the world, the side we've been learning about. When I say new world, I'm talking about North and South America. Okay, North and South America. Okay, so I'm gonna stop talking again, and I'm gonna let you guys know. Let you guys write down a note. Old world refers to Asia, Africa, and Europe. New world refers to North and South America. Okay, I'm gonna repeat that one more time because people are asking me. The new world is North and South America, which is the land that the Europeans discovered later. They're already there, right? And then the old world is Europe, Asia, and Africa. And you can also throw in Australia in there. Australia has its own story. I'm just not going to talk about it. I got to skip a lot of things so that I can get you guys ready for 8th grade history. And then when you're done writing your notes, type a question mark in the chat when I know you're done writing. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. New World refers to North and South America. Wow, some of y'all are ready. And remember, if you are amazing at writing notes, you can write in your own notes. Like, who cares what I have to say? You could just keep writing. Who cares? It seems like a lot of you guys are done. I'm going to wait for 3 more question marks from 3 different students so that we can move on. Leave no one behind, my friends. Leave no one behind. Jacob says, why do I see a boot? I always know Italy is here because Italy to me looks like a boot. Look at it. It's like a boot right there. Like, here's the top part. Here's a heel. Here's a foot. There you go. It's a boot. Okay, one more person is asking me, what is a new world? New world is on this side, my beautiful friends, and it is, let me write it down. North America, I'm going to just put A. You can write down America. South America. South A. Thank you, Rebecca. Rebecca's always hyping me up. Thanks, Rebecca. She's calling me a Picasso. Oh, thanks. North America and South America. Okay, I got one more question mark. Waiting on one more question mark so I can continue. You guys see, notes aren't that bad. You guys are doing great. Okay. All right, I got one more. So let me see. Oh, 2 more. My bad. All right. So now we know that this over here in this new world, there were already people living there. And you already wrote them down. The Native Americans, the Mayans, the Aztecs, and the Incas, or the Incans? Incas. Sorry, I always get that wrong. Incas. Okay. Now, I today wanted to start talking about the Mayas first because they were the more powerful people around, but we'll talk more about that later tomorrow because I think we only have like 5 minutes left of class. Excuse me. After I teach you guys about the four groups, the Native Americans, and by the way, I just have a tremendous amount of respect for the OG Americans. And when I say OG Americans, I'm talking about the Aztecs, I'm talking about the Native Americans, I'm talking about the or sometimes you guys know them as Indians too. Which, let me explain why sometimes people refer to Native Americans as Indians. I disagree with it only because I know the history, but some of you guys might not know the history. So let me drop some knowledge on you guys. The reason why people call Native Americans sometimes Indians is because India is over here. This is the actual country of India. Let me zoom in so that the word comes out. Where's yo? Google Earth is glitching. It's supposed to say India right here. Okay, I don't know why it's not, but this is the country of India. Okay. And when people from the old world were trying to travel to India, they're like, let's take a shortcut. Let's just go through here. And that's when they found the Native Americans. And they didn't know what to call them. So they ended up calling them Indians. Okay. They're not actually Indians from India. No, India's over here. These people are Native Americans. But that's why sometimes people call them Indians. Okay. But so for the next week or 2 weeks, we're going to be learning about the Native Americans. That includes like the Cherokee, the Navajo, the Pawnees, all the different tribes that exist here in the United States and Canada. We're going to talk about the Aztecs, which a lot of my Mexican students are super excited for. We're going to talk about the Mayans, which, a lot of, some Mayans are also part of Mexico too. So a lot of Latinos are excited for that. And then the Incas, okay? And if you've ever, I don't know if anyone here has seen the movie Emperor's New Groove, but that's what the movie is about, the Incas, okay? I'm trying to remember. Oh, look, someone actually has seen that movie. I didn't think any of you guys would have ever seen that movie, but yeah, some of you guys have. I'm trying to remember one last thing. Oh, I want to end today's lesson on a fun fact. Ladies and gentlemen, because I know not all of you guys are Latinos. Some of you guys are just from here. You guys are, white or black. So, but I'm assuming all of you guys have seen this type of Mexican food known as pozole. Who has seen this food? A lot of, particularly more famously, Mexicans eat this food. Right. So pozole is bomb. It's a Mexican dish, okay? And it's usually, it's always maíz. That's how you say it. That's how you say corn in Spanish, okay? So corn in Spanish is maíz, or sometimes you can also say it in English and say maize, okay? So in pozole, you have maíz, and you also have either whatever whatever my mom wants to do. Sometimes she throws beef in there. Sometimes she throws goat in there. Sometimes it's chicken too, right? Sometimes the pozole is either red or green. The more popular one is red pozole. Now, here is my fun fact of the day, ladies and gentlemen, because this is going to mess you guys up. We're going to learn in the next few days about the Aztecs, the Mayans, the Native Americans, and the Incas. Particularly, a lot of these tribes and traditions, it was a part of their normal life to have human sacrifices. So in the next few days, we are going to be looking at a lot of blood, trigger warnings. I don't know if anyone needs to have a heads up. We're going to be looking at blood, a lot of hearts being jacked, like just ripped out of people's bodies. And I know that to us it's so weird and oh my gosh, that's crazy, but to them it was part of their normal lifestyle to make a sacrifice to the sun god, right? They were so thankful that they had life, that the best they can do is, I don't know, sacrifice a body or two. And so here we go. Here's a fun fact. Pozole was what Aztecs would eat. It was maize, corn, with a human heart, which is why it's red. So that's where pozole comes from. It comes from you know, the way the OG Americans did it. They would have a soup with corn and a human heart. Now, once the Europeans who are Christian come in to the new world and they realize, oh my gosh, they're eating soup with human hearts. They're like, no, 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 stop, stop, stop what you're doing. Because we're Christian and we're gonna make you guys become Christian, you guys gotta stop putting in human hearts and instead replace it with you know, carne, beef, chicken, goat, whatever. Just don't do a human heart. And that's why we have pozole today, right? We don't have human hearts in it. We have a good old, you know, asada, pollo, whatever. And that's the fun fact of today. Tomorrow we're going to bring out those notes. Make sure that you do not lose today's notes because you're going to add more notes and we're going to turn those in. Okay, guys? Have a wonderful day, guys. Stay safe. I love you guys. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. Have a good day, guys.